Mm. Hello and welcome to the Santa Clara Review Volume 108.2 Publishing Party. We are so excited to celebrate all we've done during this crazy year tonight. You are in for a treat. Tonight will be a night of some musical as well as some of the literary talent that is featured in our magazine. Why don't we just get started? I'm going to pass the mic over to our poetry editor, Anthony, who's going to be introducing our first performance. Actually, one thing before we do that, if you are joining us right at the very beginning, for a chance to enter the Santa Clara Review raffle, just comment your name on our YouTube Live. So then you'll be automatically entered into our raffle for a $50 Target gift card. All right, now we're going to introduce the first
act. Hi, and so our very first act will be poet Jessie Jaron, and a short reading of her own poem that will be shown in the upcoming issue of the Santa Clara Review.
Hello there, my name is Jessie Harin, and today I'll be reading my poem titled All My Grandmother Poems End in Smoke. I wanted to also thank Anthony and everybody at the Santa Clara Review. I want to preface this poem by saying that it is in reference to and about the reality that I have not had a meaningful relationship with either of my parents' mothers. My father was born in Cayambe, Ecuador, and my mother was born in Seoul, Korea. When they were young, they immigrated here with their parents. When my father was only 16 years old, my grandmother did pass away in a car accident, and my mother and her mother have been estranged for most of my life. This poem is my attempt to fill in the gaps as a creative, as a poet, and of course it became a commentary on women and a celebration of them. Thank you. And so without further ado, I will be reading my poem, All My Grandmother Poems End in Smoke. One of mine died in a car crash Christmas week on the way to work at Arroyo Dia. Dad was only 16, couldn't understand all the officer said, but he knew what was missing. And to me, it was just a story until I started writing. We all come from women. The mother of my mom, is cold and silent. I don't know which is worse. When I was a girl, she loved my laugh, but made me quiet down like she made mom cut open her eyes so men here could see them. She's not dead, but I don't see her. What a shame to have no grandmother. But I did have one once, for a little, my ex's. She smoked so many Marlboros, you never forget she was American. I knew he ignored how she walked out of every movie, how she sat out on her green plastic chair in the garden, but I watched her when I could. I followed the smoke rising up and out, and God, I grew mad at him missing the show. Here was a woman planting toxins, not because she couldn't help it, but I imagined she was tired of how much life a woman must give. When I lie down in dead grass, I close my eyes and imagine dancing with grandmothers, and we will be laughing and smoking, and nothing will be missing. Thank you so much.
I now present the Santa Clara University dance team. Enjoy the performance of Savage.
One sec, there's a little technical difficulties, but I think we got it this time. All right, here we go.
Hips TikTok when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big beat and that beat stands for bands. If you wanna see some real, baby, here's your chance. I'm a savage, attitude nasty. Talk big, but my bank account matching. Hood, but I'm classic. Rich, but I'm ratchet. Haters kick my name in their mouth, now they gagging. Please don't give me hype. I'm hype. Write my name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy basics. I just raised my price. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Got this here from Tina. Been asking for the credit, brought some cameras in here. I'm a bad, she's a savage. No comparison here. I'ma flip my hair and look back while I twerk in the mirror. All this money in the room, think some scammers in here. I'm a savage. Ratchet. Oh, classy, bougie, savage. Oh, savage, bougie. Oh, savage, bougie. Oh, what's happening? Oh, I'm a savage.
Now, please welcome Anna Davis Abell reading her piece, Home Sounds, all the way from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Hi there. I'm Anna Davis Abel, and my essay, Home Sounds, is featured in this issue of the Santa Clara Review. I'm going to read an excerpt, jumping around a little bit, but all you need to know going in is that this is an essay that is ruminating on what it's like to sound like a place once you are no longer in that place. I love you, girl. It's the last thing my father says in every one of his voicemails. Dozens of them sit unlistened to on my phone, the remnants of phone calls I don't answer. I've saved one of the shortest messages. I play it at parties for others like my own knotted cherry stem parlor trick. This is where I come from, I say over vodka Sprite smiles. I press play, on speaker, and wait for my father's voice to fill the silence. People gawk. They always do. The Mississippi in his voice is long and slow like melted sugar. It tumbles out, soured raw by the years he spent smoking. The words are wide and rich. There are more syllables than anyone expects. There are two hiding in girl. Girl. The center sound falls deep like a ravine. In it lies my childhood. Playing his voicemail always has the desired effect. People hear his voice, then they look back at me. Wide eyes, knowing smiles, a drunken gasp. Is that really how he speaks? I tuck away my phone and sip my overpriced cocktail, nodding. I triumphantly try to soak in the unasked question that should follow. How did you come from that? Skip forward a little bit here. It is one of the first workshops of my creative writing master's program, and already I feel like I am out of place. The voices are different than the ones I'm used to. The consonants are crisper and the phrases are tart. We're 850 miles north of where I grew up, and I'm reminded of it each time someone opens their mouth. As I listen to the girl across from me, I keep catching on a word she's repeating. Why are you pronouncing it like that? I ask. The room goes quiet and my ears burn hot. The dozen or so faces stare back at me blankly. It's one of those moments, again, the ones where the Mississippi slips beneath my teeth and slithers out before I know how to stop it. A few sets of eyes dart to each other, and I can tell people are trying not to laugh. I double down. Banal, I repeat, but the snickering starts. It's banal, right? The person who had been speaking snorts, and the room breaks into laughter. I laugh too because that hurts less. It's banal, he answers. He's from Rhode Island or Connecticut or some state I've never been to. Really? Are you sure it's not banal? I ask again. I'm sure it's not anal with a B, the guy beside me says. He is laughing. He is my friend. When I get home, I dial my mother's number and wait for her to pick up. When she answers, I hear the sound of her windshield wiper slapping against her car window in the background. She's driving home in the rain. I had another Birmingham hillbilly moment, I said in class today. But she responds with something about the traffic. I mean, how do you say it? I asked. I spell the word out into the receiver. There is crackling through the phone, the sound of her keys jingling. I don't know that word at all, she admits. She tells me she's just got home. She needs to get dinner in the oven. She loves me. I hang up the phone. That night in bed, I decide to look the word up online. I hold the phone close to my ear as the robotic voice pronounces slowly. It gives two options, banal and banal. Both are correct. And then lastly, sometimes I think about the phrase that I've been told the most in my life. Drunk words are sober thoughts. What I don't want to think about is why I sound like my father when my lips have been loosened by liquor. About why men in bars start smiling when I speak and then ask where I'm from. Why I've had more than one DJ put the microphone to my lips not to sing but to speak. Speak words, any words. What they are doesn't matter. My voice is the punchline. The truth is that my inebriated intonation feels like a betrayal, a fact pried from the lie of a life I've constructed. Whose voice are my thoughts really in? I'm not sure, but I know that they are tired. Tired with one syllable. Thank you.
Next is a performance of a Seven Nation Amy mashup by SCU Acapella Club Audio Sync.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused.
Gotta fight 'em all. The Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back.
They're gonna rip it off. Taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind the cigarette. And the message coming from my eyes says, hold your head up,
Moving on,
keep your head up,
moving on,
hold your head up,
moving on.
keep your head up. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I've traveled the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something.
And then coming up is Daniel Blackston from Springfield, Illinois, and his poem Jaguarundi, which is on page 102 in the book and 115 in the virtual issue.
Jaguarundi, cuddle the little killer, cloudy, soft and gray, with a chest trembling purr, its tail wisped black over black paws, whiskers just wider than spider webs, and amber eyes that do all the talking. Homeless hunter, she slunk out of her dead mother's shadow, survived the skeletons of 4 brothers and sisters, and now rolls her belly open to human hands. Stillest at noon, she raids all night, licking blood, cracking the bones of anything small enough and slow enough to snuff and chew. In this, she's just like me or you, a slave to the untamed, somehow always chained to hungers, chasing fleshy shapes. A prisoner of her moonlight escapes.
Now presenting Nikita Panjnani. Enjoy her performance of Night Shadows.
Okay, hello everyone. I just wanted to give a reminder that we have a Target gift card, a $50 Target gift card, and someone watching is going to be lucky enough to receive that raffle prize. So in order to enter, all you have to do is comment your name on our YouTube live comment section, and then you'll be entered into a random raffle for that gift card. Best of luck to you all.
And now a musical performance by Bronco Nathan Barnes.
And now I'll be introducing Cora Waring, reading her piece, Dog Ass, from Brookline, Massachusetts.
Hi, Santa Clara Review. My name is Cora Waring, and I'm going to be reading from my essay, Dog As. I would like to dedicate my reading to my younger sister, Annie, who passed away recently. She was a staunch animal rescue advocate, and this essay is about a dog, so I figured that the dedication fit. Dog As. Dog as childhood fear. My parents had 2 dogs, Dachshunds named Herman and Bomber. When my mother was pregnant with me, Herman took to chewing Bomber's ears relentlessly until they bled, and he earned himself an invitation out. My parents had feared for tiny, impending human ears, too. Before his eviction, Herman ate up an expanse of drywall next to the basement steps. I remember studying that damage each time I passed it in the house where I grew up. I assigned big, destructive emotions to this animal I'd never known, certain he'd craved my flesh, and was glad to have him gone. I didn't love the remaining Bomber better, or at least not in the way kids are supposed to love their family pets. His bark hurt my ears, he got riled up too quick. I feared he'd take my fingers over the treats my parents made me offer. When I was 5, we went to Disney World and left him in a neighbor's care. One day, Bomber ran from the neighbor to hide under a bed, and the process of hauling him out broke his short little legs. My mother cried when we returned from the happiest place on earth to put Bomber down. I remember feeling sorry for her, but only for her. Dog as transitional object. Jason and I brought home a squirmy brown and white Shih Tzu pup some 16 years ago when we were newly engaged. Back then, I believed our decision was mutual, that we each desired proof we could care for something together. Only later would I acknowledge the truth, that Jason had wanted a dog and I'd simply agreed, having viewed the puppy as a step up the hierarchy existing in my mind. This hierarchy mandated that to reach the ultimate status of parent, I should undergo a gradual yet purposeful uptick in the caring for needy and needier things. 1 self, 2 partner, 3 houseplant, 4 pet, 5 children. We called him Fred because Jason liked people names for dogs. I preferred Peanut but had gone along because what is an impending marriage if not compromise? Dog as adult fear. That first day, Jason patted the spot on the floor beside him, inviting me to join as he roughhoused with Fred. I refused. In that instant, all my careful preparation for pet ownership paled against the realization that I didn't really want a dog. Fred's bounding around made me nervous. His spiny teeth gave me pause. I'd hoped my unease around canines might have magically dissipated after all these years, but no, the old fear delivered shame. Watching Jason play like a child with a glossy toy, I knew. I said yes to a puppy because I loved a man. I'd agreed because this man recalled the canines of his own youth with a near misty-eyed nostalgia. I'd gone along, yet never uttered the implied things underneath. Here, honey, here's the thing you wanted. Won't I make a good wife? Thank you.
And now welcome Audio Sync back to our virtual stage. Here's Audio Sync's performance of Because.
Because the world is round, it turns me
Before I announce the winner of the Santa Clara Review Pub Party raffle for the $50 Target gift card, I'd like to take a chance to thank my amazing team, especially the staff members that are graduating this year. I'm so excited to see the success in their future. I'm so glad that I got to work with them this year. I'm really proud of the work we did, and I'm really excited for everyone to enjoy the entirety of volume 108.2. It actually already, if you have not been following along online, is already available on our website in our issue, but the physical books are also on their way. All right, now, drum roll, please. You can do that at home. The winner of the Santa Clara Review raffle of the Target gift card is Maeve Corbett. Yay, congrats, Maeve. You can email Santa Clara Review at gmail.com and we will make sure that you receive your prize. Woo. Now I'm going to pass the mic off. Kirk, are we ready to announce some other winners?
Yeah, we are. I thought I was just waiting for the screen to shift, but doesn't matter. Maybe it did, not on my end. It's okay. I wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate all of our seniors for making it through this strange year and graduating. We wanted to wish you all the best as you sail out into a post-COVID world to light the world on fire and help bring the changes we all need to see in this world. We also wanted to, as the Santa Clara Review, recognize the winners of this year's English Department Creative Writing Awards. We had a lot of great submissions showing what a vibrant writing community we have here on campus, or there on campus. Hopefully it'll be here on campus again someday. So we have several prizes. We have the McCann Fiction Prize. The winner is Eric Bressinger. He's a senior and he wrote a story called The Winds. And Felicia Jaron took second place, also a senior, with a story called Motherland. In poetry, we have the Academy of American Poets Tamara Verga Poetry Prize. The winner for that was Jaden Fong, a junior, for a poem called There Will Come a Day When the Deer Trails Will Be My Trails Until They Will Not Be Anymore. And honorable mention went to Sarah Lackey, a senior, with When I Think of Lightning. Jaden's poem and both winners' names will be listed on poets.org, the Academy's website. So you can check them out there later. We had several winners for the Shipsy Poetry Prize as well, with the judges having such a hard time deciding among all the fine work that they actually had a split for first place and a second and a third place. So first place was split by Jaden Fong with a poem called Modern Day Pygmalion, and Nate Metz, a sophomore, for Color and Acceptance. Second place was Jessica Jowdy, a senior, for a poem Devoted. And third place went to Riley Scher, a senior, for My Brother, Wherever He Should Be. So we want to, again, congratulate all these winners and all the other fine poets and fiction writers who submitted their work. And we look forward to seeing the work of many more of you who are still on campus next year. Congratulations.
Congratulations to those winners. And now I'm going to pass the mic off to our OWL editor, Alexa Alfano, for an exciting announcement.
Hi, everybody. So the OWL is getting ready to publish our, not physical this year, but chapbook. And we are still accepting submissions up to Monday, May 24th through Monday, May 24th. So till the end of the day. I encourage everyone who's watching this, tell your friends, everyone submit. We accept poetry, prose, visual art, pictures of sculptures you've made, anything, photography, anything that you've created. We want to see it. We want to publish it. We want to represent all the artistic talent that we have in our student body. So please, again, submit your work to Santa Clara Owl, no spaces, at gmail.com, or to my email, not at Gmail. Oh, the first one is at Gmail. Mine is aalfano@su.edu. I wonder if we can write that somewhere. But anyway, please submit through the weekend up through Monday. Would love to see your work.
We can add that that information to the comment of this YouTube live for when it becomes not live anymore. I want to end the night by giving one last thank you to our graduating staff and all the seniors who have dedicated so much time and passion to the review this year. Enjoy this book and enjoy the rest of your year. Thank you so much, you guys.